So today we're going to be talking about the futur proche, aller plus infinitive, and then I'm also going to jump straight to le présent avec depuis, this new expression depuis. So both concepts are going to be in the same video, and I'm going to see if that saves you some time and if you like that better than making separate videos. So let's start with the futur proche. You should be taking notes in the lesson 4 flap of your dossier. And remember, I will be picking that up next week, and you'll get a quiz grade if you have all the components for all the lessons. So that includes all the vocabulary and all the grammar notes from the videos for the first unit. So the futur proche. Say here the forms of aller, which we'll also present in class next time. Je vais, tu vas, il va. Nous allons, vous allez, ils vont. So that's the present tense conjugation of the verb to go, which you should already be familiar with. Okay, here is the difference between the present tense and the futur proche, the close future tense. Je vais nager. Notice we have a conjugated form of aller and then an infinitive. I'm going to swim. So now we're talking about what we're going to do in the near future rather than what we're doing right now. Tu vas dîner au restaurant. You're going to have dinner. Elle va regarder un match de foot. She's going to watch a soccer match. Nous allons visiter le musée d'Orsay. We are going to visit the Orsay Museum. Vous allez regarder des sculptures. Y'all are going to watch or look at, and ils vont retrouver des copains. They are going to meet friends. So notice that there are two components of the futur proche with aller. You have the conjugated form of aller, and then you have the infinitive. And the infinitive is always the activity that you're going to do. So what if we want to make it negative? Where are we going to put our ne pas? Je vais jouer au foot. So affirmative, but in a negative sentence, nous n'allons pas travailler. Notice it still goes around the conjugated verb. And then one more expression that we have to go with aller, aller chercher, which is means to go fetch something or to go get it, because the French don't really have a verb to go get. And here's a good example. Alice va chercher son cousin à l'aéroport. She's going to go get her cousin at the aéroport. Okay, so that was the futur proche avec aller. You'll be expected to be able to conjugate that on your test next week. Now we're going to move on to the expression depuis, which is a completely new expression for you this year. So read the following pairs of sentences. And sentences. In each pair, the first sentence describes what people are doing. In the second sentence, we're talking about how long they've been doing whatever the activity is. So compare these sentences. Nous habitons à Genève. We are living in Geneva. Nous habitons à Genève depuis mai. We've been living in Geneva since May. J'étudie le français. I'm studying French. J'étudie le français depuis 2 ans. I've been studying French for 2 years. So notice depuis is used to talk about how long we've been doing certain activities. And it's depuis plus the time expression. So the present tense of the verb depuis plus the time expression. Je travaille ici depuis 5 jours, depuis lundi, depuis mai, depuis octobre, depuis 2 ans. And note the interrogative expressions. These are useful questions to have. Depuis quand? Since when? Depuis quand es-tu ici? Since when have you been here? So in good English, we would say, how long have you been here? And depuis combien de temps, for how much time? These are essentially asking the same question. Depuis combien de temps attends-tu? So how long have you been waiting? What you notice about depuis that's different from English is that in English we use a past tense of the verb when we're using this structure. So in English we would say, I have been working here for 5 days. But in French, they use the present tense of the verb, and they say, I am working here since 5 days. So this is the tricky thing about depuis, is because it uses the present tense of the verb, which is the only tense that you know at this point, rather than the past tense that we use in English. So present tense plus depuis. And that is the end of your grammar video for lesson 4. So make sure you've taken copious notes in your dossier, because I'll be checking that in class, along with giving you a quiz over the futur proche and depuis.